All right. So what can you tell me about your time at ESU?
Okay, my name is Bonnie Thrash Sites, and I started at ESU in August the 20th, 1973. And what I would like to talk to you about is the snowstorm. I believe it was 1975. We had a snowstorm that no one could get out of Morris Hall or off campus at all. The storm lasted for 2 days, no classes, no travel time, and we were all stuck in the dorm. It was really amazing that we managed. We didn't run out of food or water or anything. But that was the one time that I actually seen Emporia College shut down. There was no classes, there was nothing for us to do but sit in the dorm. You could not even get out of the dorm. The snow was all the way up to the doors. And that was the most amazing thing that I had experienced as far as weather at Emporia. I enjoyed Emporia while I was here. When I started, I had no idea that it was equipped for the disabled. I had no idea that the breakdown of African Americans was very low. My first time going to class, I was stunned that I was the only African American in that class. And I came from an all-black college. I came from an all-black high school. So no one told me the breakdown of the class. I was a criminal sociology major, majoring in criminology, and that was a major experience for me to sit in the class. And the classrooms were like 200-300 in a lecture hall. And I got there and I looked around, and I was the only African American in that classroom. It was very shocking, but I prevailed and I actually graduated. When I went there, I said I'm not leaving without my degree, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay. Well, going back to that snowstorm, did you guys lose power at all?
I don't remember us losing power. I just remember in the snow being so tall above the doors that we could not get out. And back then we didn't have cars, so we would walk to class. And that's the only time in my 4 years remembering classes being canceled. I can't really remember if it was 1974 or 75, but it was a historic moment, that the snow that we had.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you guys dig yourselves out once the snow stopped?
Once the snow stopped, it started to melt, and I want to say it happened like on a Thursday or Friday, so we had the whole weekend. And once the snow melted, we went to class on Monday.
Okay.
So maybe you can check in the records and find out, but I know I started in 73 and I left in 1977, so
Okay.
I believe it was 74, 75.
Okay. Are there any other fond memories or interesting things you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know if I want to talk about it, but the first time I ever experienced a panty raid, I lived in Morris Hall, and we had windows. You could look out over the pond, and the guys came through looking for panties, for us to throw panties. I had no idea what that was or what had happened, but we actually experienced them coming through asking us to throw panties out the windows. Yes, it was called a panty raid.
Well, I can't
You
say
never heard of that?
I haven't. I can't say I have.
Yeah, so that was really something. I was 22, 21 years old when that happened. That's it.
Okay.
All right.